You do realize when you upgrade your city hall, you won't be able to. You can only go from the rear of the building, right?
Yeah. Or the left. I can go to the left of the building. And those houses would have to leave, but I go there.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we have no crimes, but there's one criminal at large. Oh, I broke 1,000 finally.
Dude, this
That
lot
giant
is freaking
L helped.
horrible, dude. Who?
Which one?
Like, I can understand why you're having trouble. I would say, you see the road by the school that ends past the railroad tracks. Take that street and pop it all the way out to the edge of the map, and then put one side of residential along it, and then do the same
Well,
thing with.
that's kind of what I did over here with this giant L that's heading towards the beach. And that lifted up it doubled my population just by doing that, admittedly.
Admittedly,
Yes.
okay. Well, that's good to know.
That did work. So I'm kind of thinking of doing it this way too, just out towards the beach the other way. Like about here, maybe.
All right, let me take a look at the
like
radar.
Maybe right there. I see. There, I just added a ton of residential, and that's just a giant cross of residential going to happen here, and they're going to live near the train tracks, and they're going to like it.
I see. So, have you heard of City Skylines?
I vaguely, maybe I saw it on Steam.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
I wish I would have looked and seen if it was part of the Steam sale.
Yeah, I doubt it. It just came out.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, maybe. I don't know. All right, I got basic services here. I have a fire station. I don't have a crime problem yet. But what I think I'm going to concentrate on is increasing the land value, because I only have low income residents, and there's still a demand for middle income. So what I'm going to do, what we're going to do, you get a spring chicken. I don't care how you get it. Buy it. Kill it with a knife. I don't care. That's not in a straight line. Irritating. All right. I have a section of town that is middle income. Because eventually what's going to happen is that I'm going to get a mega tower. I'm going to shove all the low income people in that.
Right.
So that I can have the rest of the land. And that's bad. I'm making a class-based society. I'm totally going to be guilty of that. But it just can't be done. It has to be done.
Right, what are you going to do, really?
For the good of mankind.
All right, I did some major expanding there. So we're at like 3K people finally.
Okay, I need you to get your upgrade so that you can put down your utilities. Now, what is it? Did we say we were going to go public safety?
I think that's what we were going to do.
Yeah, so we got transportation now. So what I'll do is we'll start having more efficient ways. Because you have a coastline, right?
I have like half my block is like coastline, so yeah.
Well, then we could start ferries and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, I have lots of that coastline
all right.
here.
Hold on. Why is that looking like that outside? Let me take a look out my window, because that's orange. And what time of day is it?
You know, it's a little like that in my area too. Probably not as bad as
it's
yours.
8:23 and it's orange outside. There's got to be like some wicked.
Well, they were saying a good storm is going to be on its way. More low wealth commercial? That's like all this. Come on, people.
Well, that's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly outside.
Yeah, well, that's the nature of Illinois. For those people who don't know,
that's the nature of nature in Illinois. How about that? Huh?
For anyone who doesn't know that we're in Illinois, now they know.
Nah, now we're in Illinois. No. All right. We're losing $586 an hour because of our shift in education spending and health spending, but that was what we had no choice. So I got 5,000. I think I'm in need of simoleons now. So if you're over there hoarding money, you want to send some this way?
I've got like 20K.
Yeah, you can only send them in 10,000 increments, $10,000 increments. So.
I got them complaining of lots of health issues. There's sickness, but there's no deaths per day, so I'm okay with this.
Well, the sickness means that your patient capacity is probably
Well,
You're probably going to need that 20,000 to upgrade your patient capacity. If you only have like,
Oh yeah. No, you're right. My patient
yeah.
capacity is high. Let's see. Let's do some
In case you
upgrades.
didn't know, MrSouldoubt, the super, what did you call yourself? You were
Huh?
OCD on the way the thing looked, but you ignored.
Kind of ADD on like the. I want to
Yeah,
put
you
another
ignored
ambulance in
public
here.
health. What kind of mayor are you?
I know. Public health. Psh. I could be maybe I'm a libertarian. Just look after your damn self. Don't rely on the government.
Every man for himself, survival
Right?
of the fittest.
Yeah, it's totally not me.
Yeah, definitely not you. I was about to say, I was like, yeah, you go there.
You can't live in Europe like I did and be that way. So it just doesn't happen. It's just, I don't. Yeah.
What is it, a single pay system healthcare?
Yeah, although the way they do it isn't really a good way either. I'm not going to say that
Now,
I'm a
for those of
proponent of
you
their way.
watching, we now know he lived in Europe. And where did you live anyway, Mister?
I was mostly in England. I did
He
live
was
in
a wanker.
right. I did live in Korea for a very short time, like less than a year. But I did spend a very long amount of time in England on and off for many years.
Yes, it's England. You know, he doesn't want to call it the UK because he apparently doesn't like the other countries associated with that. So,
No. I mean, but I did live in England. I mean, I've visited, Wales, the Welsh, amazing
I'm
people,
bloody Welsh.
amazing place, amazing people. I mean, if you really want to see like, if for anyone who's and I'm sure most gamers are, but for anyone who's into wanting to visit like old castles and more medievalish type things, Wales is actually the place to go. England, not as much.
I have a abandoned building because it got burnt down. I have more fire trucks than you. I have more ambulances than you. Well, maybe that's why I'm having health issues. I don't have more ambulances.
So
I don't have.
I got my first medium like land value, going to medium density like kind of big plot building. Finally, there we go. So that's something.
I love how the game says 2 deaths per day is acceptable because it's in the green. Like the number 2 on my screen is just green.
I got the number 0. See, so I'm good. Like
Yeah,
I
but
have
like
no
red
deaths.
is like red is 7, but 2 is fine.
Two's okay. That's
2 is
just
okay.
that's just considered. That's just how it is. My water is still good. My power, I think, is still good.
Yeah, we're probably gonna once you
Yep,
reach 5,000, we're
power's
gonna
still
have
good.
to seriously think about specializations. And you sitting on Are you sitting? I got the quite a congregation achievement just now. Currently, I hate how the game interrupts me when I'm talking. I guess pretty much they don't think we're doing this. And I'm upgrading to medium density buildings now. Along, I got tenement buildings showing up. The place is gonna look like the ghetto.
There
In
you
the
go.
ghetto.
Oh. So I just realized, like, when I built my coal power plant, I should have placed that better. I forgot to go look for coal. No, whatever. But I don't have as much coal as I thought I had better coal.
If you can
Oh, I
mine
have ore.
coal to be
I
used
have
by
ore.
the power plant, once you put a coal mine in, besides Loretta Lynn living in your place, being the daughter of a coal miner.
There you go.
Yeah.
For those who get the reference.
Yeah, I doubt anyone would. you know.
150 students. My school has actually maxed its capacity. Let me see what my education level is. I feel like I am not paying attention to the people's education.
Yeah, it's that multitasking thing that this game really, really, really taxes you with. Like you think you're cool, you get there, and all of a sudden, all these problems start happening. Natural disasters. You don't have. It happens to
Oh my
everybody. I
god.
don't think anyone's had a single playthrough where they didn't put a fire station after their first fire. Like this game. This game really requires you the hourly expenditure and the hourly income to be more fiscally conservative, like by default, because
I
you don't.
have I have purple everywhere I'm at. This is crazy.
Well, just how many students do you have total? And I can tell you how many times you need to upgrade your school to.
Let's see here. Where do I look at my total students? Okay.
Under the book tab on the map. Actually, if you hover over your schools, there should be like a map that you can access.
Like the schools button or the schools view that I'm in right now, the education map.
Yeah, the education map. That's where it tells you all the purple. Your education level will be actually on the school. If you hit the schools tab, it'll show you students enrolled versus students not enrolled, and then it shows you like your little graduation caps.
100
1 5.
yeah, 150 of 460.
So you need at least 2 building upgrades to support that. But if
Yeah.
you can afford it, I go
Let's
all
see.
4. That's just what I would do. Because now my population, once those tenement buildings end up having people living in them, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a population spike and more students by default.
All right,
I,
I put 2 more in there. Let's see what that gives me real quick, just to start at that. That'll give me 550 students total. So I think we're good. I just need to put some more bus stops in after I do all that expansion. I think I forgot that's really the problem. They're not getting buses.
it looks like I lucked out. Most of the bad weather is skirting off to the south.
There you
Thank
go.
God.
Don't send it my way. That's
Well, you're what is it? You're in yeah, you're over that way, east of here.
see,
So
there you go.
I don't know.
All right, I got the bus stops out there. So yeah, let's see. Well, that should improve my schools at least.
Yeah, I believe so. Uh, so MrSouldoubt, I haven't had a chance to check out your channel since you subscribed this morning, and I was at work, so I'm probably going to
Yes.
take a look at it after this.
There's like nothing on there. Don't be
But
surprised.
your game footage is from what games? What games are you usually playing?
Mostly all I've got on there is War Thunder right now. Nothing with Mike, because honestly, it was not meant to be. It was more of a spur of the moment. I recorded some video of. I hadn't played War Thunder for quite some time. They've done a lot of upgrades and expansions, so I felt like playing it, and I actually recorded some of the game. Actually, automatically records your sessions, and there were some really good sessions, and I wanted to throw them out there, trying to get people that I know to want to play that game, which is
You know
what's
what's funny?
fun is-
Scott Holly plays that game.
Oh, really? See,
Yeah.
there you
So
go.
maybe now we can link the two of you guys together. I'll let him know. I tried playing it on PS4 and I cried horribly. Being a guy who used to love playing flight games, I
Yes.
just cried.
Well,
I wept.
So
I
the
wept.
game is actually a lot of fun, and if you play the simulation end of it, it can be really intensely realistic, but not on the PS4. The PS4 controls are lackluster in my opinion.
Well, I tried simulation mode and I don't know if this happens to you, but or anyone out there else who plays War Thunder. Man, we really got to proofread this video and start tagging the games we mentioned.
Absolutely.
But if anyone plays War Thunder out there and puts it in simulation mode, the first thing I tried to do was take off, and the torque from my engine kept pulling my plane to the. And I tried to counteract, and I shoved the nose into the ground. I crashed before I even took off. It's pretty much exactly what happened to me, and I was getting frustrated. Then I started playing on the PC, and at the time, my graphics card couldn't handle it, so it was so choppy that I just gave up. I might give it a whirl. And I'm seeing now footage on YouTube from World of Warships and World of Tanks and World of Warplanes.
Well, so World of Warships is looking really good, and I'm actually keeping an eye on that one for when it gets released. I'm not personally.
So I'm guessing what
interested
we're
in
seeing on
playing
YouTube
beta.
is just beta footage because a couple
It
of
is.
guys I'm subscribed to have been putting footage of that up there.
So
like
you can actually pay early, I think, to get in like early access, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm just gonna wait for it to actually come out though, just because I have enough other games currently to keep.
let me take a look here. Shout out to and I know they don't know who I am, but I'm going to mention them if anyone plays wants to see footage from World of Battleships. I mean, it looked kind of cool. It was kind of funny because it looked like no one knows what the hell they're doing.
It is, and I those games, World Tanks, War Thunder, and I honestly prefer the tanks in War Thunder over World of Tanks. No offense to World of Tanks.
Yeah, his link will be in the description below. It's Lionheart X10.
Yep.
He's been playing that, and I believe I started watching him because of his Sins of a Solar Empire Let's Play series, Rebellion. That game is freaking phenomenal. I mean, that is one PC game that I bought in 2000. I think we were working together.
Yeah, I feel like that's about when that game came out. Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it then, and I bought every expansion. And you're talking about almost a decade of playing the same damn game on PC, and I don't care because it's good. And that is that what game developers are worried about? Like, you just stick with one franchise? I mean, like, they came out with content. It was Stardock was a small developer. I think their newest game now is Galactic Civilizations 3. Their newest expansion to Sins of a Solar Empire was Rebellion, which came out in 2012 or 2011. I know I was just getting married around the time it came out.
Right.
And it's great. I mean, what they do is like these expansions are truly what I think expansions should be, not like what Destiny thinks an expansion is, or not what any of the console games. I'm not. I've always been a console gamer. We used to argue all the time. I mean, I hardly ever PC gamed. To me, PC has always been the console or the gaming platform of choice for me when I want to do real time strategy or games of this caliber, like what we're doing now.
Right. Well, there seems to be that distinction nowadays where people kind of like PCs are for this type of game, consoles are for this type of game.
Yeah, like Empire Earth,
Right.
Rise of Nations. Shit, I gotta really write all this down.
But it's not necessarily the case. I mean, think about a lot of the PC type of games have really started doing well on console, and vice versa. So,
But see, here's the problem, right? Here's where I think is going to really, and maybe I'm wrong, but I really think that the console gaming or PC gaming is going to radically shift if games like War Thunder and BattleTech Online. What else?
well, I'm a big Mech Warrior Online player, so
Mech Warrior Online, yeah, but
yep.
what happens? It's in the beta phase for many years.
True.
The game's still not done. I mean, is it going to stay like that? I mean,
Well,
I've noticed is that unless it's a AAA title on PC, it stays in beta mode. I mean, how long has War Thunder been promising naval combat?
True. But I mean, look how long it took for them to do their tanks. But I don't want to knock them for that, just for the quality of what they have brought out, though. I mean, I give them a lot of credit when they put out their
But
new
what are we
expansions. They're
communicating
huge.
to the developers? I mean, console developers have to release like one game a year, or at least that's what they think they have to do.
True.
And then PC developers think that it's perfectly okay, like in, let's say, StarCraft's case, to make people wait, or even SimCity, make people wait a full decade for a sequel that everybody hates.
Well, but some of that's to do
Diablo
with just,
too. I mean, think about that. Diablo 3.
True, but some of that's to do with the developer. Blizzard has always notoriously not been quick to bring out titles.
Well, no, because they're sitting there like milking World of Warcraft like a motherfucker.
They are, but I mean, so that's kind of them, though. I expect their games to kind of be long on the drawing board. So I expect that from them. But a lot of the other indie developers, I think there's a lot of reasons. First of all, where they get their funding from. I mean, they don't have the deep pockets, so they have to kind of build up their funding over extra periods of time. Their staffing is usually way smaller, so some of these guys are working on it while they're doing the regular jobs, or they're starting this as their company, so they can only hire a couple of people. And then a lot of it's to do with their pricing model too. A lot of those games are free to play, except for if you buy. Cosmetics and or other vehicles or something. So I mean, that's not the fastest way to really build up your income, to be able to just produce something and put it out in the market.
Okay, but for titles like, let's say, Mech Warrior Online,
Yeah.
where what was it, the Axemen mech? What was it? A ridiculous. I think it was like what, 100. I mean, you end up spending hundreds of dollars on this thing, and that's Is that right? Is it right to play a game in beta phase that you've already spent $200 on? Now, I was bitching about this with Destiny, where it was like I bought the game for $60. They split the content, but left it on the disc. Yeah. And then when the stuff came out, like the Dark Below and also, what was it? The Dark Below and House of Wolves. Each one is $20. That's another $40. So that would be $109.99 total investment. And then they announced at E3 that they're going to release the Taken King, and that's going to cost $40 frickin' dollars. So now it's $149.99 total investment for me to get the complete Destiny I thought I was buying back in November of 2014. Now, is that? I believe that to be ultimately crazy.
That's a bit excessive, and I kind of feel, though, but because of that company didn't take the hit on that. I mean, they didn't get good press. They got a lot of people didn't buy the game or bought the game and decided not to take it very far.
But don't they realize that if you piss off, I mean, like, what was it? When we were younger, if we were angry with something, we would have to write a letter to Nintendo, right? Or something along those lines. But they could choose to not to read it or not to read it, And now with YouTube, people are now going on YouTube. I mean, this is part of the reason why I actually might have created my channel, is because people listen to people like us more than IGN and GameSpot and stuff like that. I mean, no, I wouldn't say that they're a bad source of information because they get the exclusives. They can go to E3, they
Absolutely.
can go to the booths. But now I'm starting to see YouTubers like Angry Joe, shout out to you,
Yep.
and his caliber, like John Tron. Guys get E3 access too. I believe a buddy of mine on Gamerhead Radio podcast also was able, or at least some of them were able to go to E3. I remember him being on a plane to Las Vegas, so I'm guessing he went to E3. I think it was in Vegas, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So now what? Like now we have, and these people are doing it because they like to. I mean, we're their sponsors. Like there's not a lot of corporate sponsorship for these guys. I mean, should they be
No.
concerned?
No, but I mean, think about it. So, like, with what's going on nowadays, a lot of stuff, the movement seems to really be for like the do-it-yourself stuff like that. I mean, and I don't know, like, so a lot of the gaming review websites and magazines and all that, they're great for those people who get really excited about a new game coming out without any playing it. But the YouTube channels, the YouTubers, and the people like us doing this is playing games that are a little released. And I admit, I actually watch a lot of Let's Plays now to get an idea of a game now instead of buying them on release day, and unless it's a title that I am super excited about. You'll probably see me wait like a week or so before I go buy it because I really want to see how the game plays versus the cutscene animations and representative gameplay, which may not be the real experience.
Which is beautiful because I do it for an entirely different reason. I'm first to admit, Suburb City have 10,000 residents achievement unlocked, buddy. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, reeling it back in.
Yep.
I don't have the budget, to buy new games. So all I do is watch Let's Plays, thinking about the game I could have.
Yes.
So if it sucks, I'm like, oh, glad I didn't buy it. Or if it's good, I'm like, why do you want to know? I want that. But it's just funny. Like, think about the last 10 years, and the gaming lingo has changed. Mobile game, mobile phone game. Geez, I'm getting lit up like a Christmas tree.
Hey, which one were we gonna do? Safety or utilities? Safety?
I thought. I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to have someone have like the large fire station and someone have the large police station, so that neither of us have both, so that we're not spending a lot of money monthly on both of them.
I will do safety right now just because I finally just got the upgrade, by the way.
Okay. I haven't gotten to. I think I might have gotten to my upgrade. No, not yet. I have to reach 15,000 residents. I only have 11 grand here. But now it's starting to get crazy. The density's going up. My factories are going up. My education level is maxed out. I think my education building is maxed out, yeah. So I've got the limit. I might have to, Actually, I've been running this thing on Cheetah for the entire time we've been talking, and hopefully no disasters, because I did turn my audio down so that I can be heard over my own gameplay, which I really hope it doesn't sound like shit on the final recording.
That's kind of what I have. I don't have much sound going on here, mostly due to that similar fact. I mean, I don't think people need to. It's SimCity. It's not like we're getting a speech from a character telling us what the storyline is.
No, it's all in that sim speak, that gibberish that they talk.
So I don't feel like we're missing out on
anything. Blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. I don't think anyone's missing out on anything. So I'm like, that's fine. They can live without it. No one's gonna care.
When I keep looking out my window, I keep hoping that a lightning bolt just doesn't come out of nowhere and own my computer, after I've gotten the nice upgrade of this graphics card.
It would give me a reason to build a new one, so I would be okay with
this.
Well,
yeah, but I can't afford. You see how we were talking about? Like, you have the budget for a game, but you want to try before you buy, or at least get some type of idea so you don't, And then
yeah.
It's the opposite. It's like, I can't buy it, so I might as well watch someone else play it.
Don't really have the budget too much. But yes, I mean, you know what it is.
I'm not saying you're rich, but if you wanted to, let's say that you really wanted Arkham City tomorrow, you could probably go and get it tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, there's, it's the nice thing about working, in a nicer IT job now, I guess.
Yes. I probably should add an ambulance bay.
I just added another fire truck. Okay. So now I have two bays.
All right, can you give me a fire truck then?
You want a fire truck? Hold on.
It seems like my populace loves lighting fires right now. In fact, let me check I don't have any abandoned buildings this time. But my low income is moved to medium density, which means probably most of them are unemployed. But I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah,
All right.
411 unemployed.
You have fire truck access now to one of my fire trucks.
I wonder if real cities do that, like when they're like, "Hey, we have a large enough fire station, but you're gonna have to pay us to use our fire trucks."
Ooh, I'm
I
getting
wonder-
like some big old office building getting built here finally. It's kind of fun
Yeah,
to watch them
my
get built.
commercial zones are moved to have upgraded to medium density, but all low income. Like I'm really been really bad at zoning for property value for demand. Like I've had demand for rich housing for a long time now,
Don't
and I
think I
haven't
do.
done shit about it.
I have demand for more medium wealth and low wealth commercial, but medium wealth housing. So they want
I'm starting to
more
spread out to the left side of my, or perspective, whatever perspective I'm using right now, the side towards the edge of the map. I'm making
Ah,
square zones because then you have to pick your benefactor, like whether you're going to have the academy or Omega Co. Like if you're going to be a commercialized evil corporate city that's just spreading their franchises all over the place and have a drone system in place, or are you going to take upon like the very very hipster, environmentally friendly technology for tomorrow academy?
that sounds like what I would probably do because Jennifer calls me a hipster all the time.
Dude, you totally look like a hipster.
You know, just because I have like not shaved.
Well, okay, look. There's one thing. It's one thing to appreciate antiquated objects like but some of the old. You got to understand that retro furniture is some of the ugliest shit that was ever made. Like think about like the 70s.
No,
Dude, I'm sorry.
or 70s.
The 70s had an obsession with had an absolute weird obsession with browns and taupes
I like
and
browns.
like shag carpet and like just the weird. I can't believe I'm talking about this.
Right?
I want to pay off a bond to take out another one. This
I
time it's
have not had to take out a bond yet.
well, I need these things and I can't wait for you to build them. So
Speaking of which, hipster, I have a new building. It's the Too Cool Cafe. There you go.
the Too Cool Cafe.
That's what it says,
It should be called the Before It Was Cool Cafe.
right?
Yeah. I liked it before it was cool. Oh, one of the new things with the expansion
Celiacs,
too,
croissants.
that
That's great.
you couldn't do in the previous games is you can add roadside shade trees.
Yeah, I've started seeing some of that. Yeah,
Yeah,
you kind of add like boulevards and like kind of put some trees up. That's kind of neat.
yeah, it is kind of neat. I'm putting a large fountain park here and
Now,
here.
to speak just briefly on the furniture thing, though, you're right about the 70s, but I'm more into the MCM movement, like the 50s type stuff. So
Well, that's cool, but you got to understand that. I mean, if you want to be economical with your power bill, even remotely, you don't want to use any like electronic product
oh
from that
God, no.
generation.
I actually
Even
bought an old like side table radio thing, but I gutted it and I put a Bluetooth speaker in it.
like one of the things I've always appreciated is that scene in Apollo 13 where they're trying to get power to the LEM to
Yeah,
restart it, and they're trying to make sure that they're trying to figure out how to restart it, and it's like we only have enough to maybe run that coffee maker, and then I forgot what did he say? It was 12 amps.
yeah.
I was like, really? 12 amps for a coffee maker? Like, thinking about the way technology has progressed in our current,
Yeah.
timeline. That's insane that it took 12 amps to run a coffee maker, considering it's like what 12 amps is a vacuum, not even
Right.
nowadays. I love watching the rich people move in because the first thing that happens is they get pissed off. Because now I have high income. I'm zoned for high income on the western side of my city.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And now here they go. The first thing they're going to do is ask for a recycling center, and I need to up my education spending. I need to put in a community college. All kinds of shit. I need to zone for medium density commercial, which I didn't do. So now I need to go. I got to go park crazy now. It's fucking ridiculous.
I still have a lot of demand for low wealth commercial. I need to put more commercial in. Yeah, I don't have a lot. I just looked. They're right. I don't have a lot of commercial. Didn't want to sell out to the businesses, man.
Well, if you pick Omega Co, that's exactly what you do. Like, because how it generates income is it spreads its influence throughout the city in a I'm stupid. I'm stupid. I need to destroy this park right now because now I have. Well, I guess the rich people need a place to shop, but it's gonna. I don't have a lot of rich people. Okay, sorry. I just made a boo boo, a pretty big one.
That happens.
I also didn't extend that avenue out, but fuck it.
I added some medium density roads in, and I got some nice like tenement buildings kind of popping up. So.
Oh, because they're brown. I forgot you're into that color for some
Right?
reason.
Yeah, I like the brownstones, man.